good, group number one? For those of y'all who are drawn to the first image, this is going to be y'all's reading today. Excuse me. We're going to be getting messages on what makes you attractive. So this is for group number one, spirit team. What makes group number one attractive? I'm picking up it's your energy, and the reason why I say that, there's a show on Netflix called what is it? I think it's Dead Boy Detective, and there's a character in there. Now she was more so possessed, but the beings that were like possessing her were like these like fairy fae type of energies or entities or whatnot. But like the thing with her was, like every time people like looked at her or stared at her, they saw these like pretty pink lights and like these little figures like flowers and butterflies and whatnot were kind of like little figures made out of like light, that only people like who were entranced by her could see. So that's kind of the energy I'm picking up from your group. People are really enamored by, ooh, that's a big word. People are really enamored by your energy. You have a very like magnetizing energy, very queen like energy, very queen of wands, to where just people just feel very magnetized to you and your overall energy. And it's not really even about your looks. Because I am even picking up some of you may even consider yourself like not conventionally attractive or however way you see your appearance. But it's not even about your looks. You know, while many people do find you attractive, that's not what, many people find you physically attractive. That's not what draws most people to you. Is your energy and how you choose to like express yourself or just show up in the world. Yeah, let's get some cards. But I am seeing that girl. It's a pretty good show. It's only one season, but it was pretty good for what it was. But yeah, I keep on seeing that girl. And like people, every time they just laid eyes on her, they just like their jaws just dropped, and they were just so enamored. What makes group number one attractive? So you have a very beautiful energy to you, group number one. And I'm even picking up like a lot of people don't even understand why they're like attracted to you or to your energy. You may even have like an RBF, and you may want people to not, be attracted to you or not talk to you. You may even be a little bit guarded. But regardless of that, I feel like that makes you even more attractive. That people want to almost attain you but can't. You got the Two of Swords. People who are attracted to your mind. You have a very unique mind or unique way of thinking, especially when it comes to like your decision making. I'm just hearing like it just makes sense to me. It just makes sense to me. So you may have like a very different or unique way of thinking about things or thinking through things. Excuse me. And this unique way of thinking or viewing the world around you is very attractive to other people because you kind of think outside of the box with this Two of Swords energy. You don't, ooh, and then the Fool here at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, you have a very out of the box way of thinking. Very neurodivergent energy here, especially if you're on the spectrum or ADHD. Yeah, very out of the box way of thinking. Very different than the average Joe. And people love that, especially. And I'm even picking up like a lot of people at your job or at your work. Even if they don't show it, they are really intrigued by just your way of, again, like thinking about things or thinking through things. Especially with this Two of Swords energy, your decision making skills is like top tier. Like you are able to think very quick on your feet, and people really like that about you. Excuse me, my goodness. Yeah, and usually Two of Swords is like a very indecisive energy. And while some of you, especially if you're Libra energy here, you may, be a little indecisive, but it's not that you're indecisive, it's more so that you're thinking through. Ooh, now I'm seeing if you ever seen, what is it, the Avengers movie? I forgot which one. I'm just picturing the scene in my mind's eye of Doctor Strange, and they're trying to think of like the best way to, what is it, defeat, I think it was Thanos, the guy, the purple guy. They were trying to figure out like what's the best possibility of being able to defeat him. And so Doctor Strange went into like this meditative state, and he went through like millions of possibilities or alternate realities where they made certain decisions, and he was able to see in a split second, excuse me, like what was the best possibility of defeating the big bad villain guy. That's the energy I pick up from y'all. You some people may consider you indecisive, but it's not that. It's more so that you don't overthink. You actually think, and that's the gag. You actually think. Wow, a lot of people around you don't think about stuff. They just kind of react or just respond or just do things. You don't do that. You actually take the time to think, even if it's a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, a couple of days or weeks. You're going to take that time to really sit with yourself and decide like, okay, is this, what would be the outcome of this for me, and do I feel that this outcome is favorable for me? So again, it's like the way that you think and decide certain things is what really, I'm hearing like it makes people feel like they can trust you. You come off as very trustworthy. You come off as very dependable to others. I'm picking up a lot of work energy from you. Like a lot of people at your job feel like they can really depend on you. Again, whether people tell you this or not, that's on them. But they know that they can depend on you. They know, even if you're somebody who shows up a little bit late to work, they can still depend on you to get the job done. Maybe a few minutes late, but you still get your shit done. Take what resonates there. So you have the death card. So Scorpio energy here. So Libra, Scorpio. And what's funny, like Scorpio is my sun sign, Libra is my moon sign. Let's see what what comes up here. But death energy is about transformation, rebirth, renewal. So I feel like what makes you attractive, again, is that Scorpio energy, that very attractive and alluring energy. So people may find you a bit mysterious. People may not know how to fully like, a lot of people don't fully get you or understand you. Again, with this Two of Swords energy, like you have just a very unique way of thinking and going about the world, and people just don't, a lot of people just don't get you. Like even your own family, like your friends, like people don't fully 100% get you. Like the very few people in your life, especially soul family, if you have met them, like your people from your soul tribe, they can maybe get you like 50% of the time, but for the majority of the folks around, you're just a, what's the word, is it an enigma? yeah, it's like people try to put you in like a box. People try to, with this two of swords, people try to put you either over here or over there. But it's like you don't want to be over here or over there. You want to go back and forth. You want to go under. You want to go above. All the other little prepositions. Just a very, again, a very unique individual, very like mysterious, very you have a very transformative energy to you as well with this death energy. People may even consider you like walking karma. Look into, I'm even, your spirit guides are saying to look into your birth chart and the house that your Saturn is under, is how people receive their karma when they like do certain things towards you. That was very specific for somebody here. So maybe looking more into astrology could be very helpful for you. But yeah, and I'm picking up like, even though you may come off as a bit mysterious or people aren't really sure of you, people still view you as somebody who's very kind, very sweet. Now, some people may view you as a little bit slow. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people may feel like they can take advantage of you because of your kind nature. But I'm hearing, just because I'm kind doesn't mean I'm not nice, or doesn't mean that I'm nice. So I feel like when people try to come up against you, like, or do certain things to you that may not be the best, you, like, karma like hits them. Like it doesn't wait until later on in life. It hits them almost immediately, or very, very, soon after they cross boundaries. So I feel like your energy, group number one, again, is very scorpionic. It's very like, it has a bit of a dark energy to it because it's so mysterious, but also very light. Like you have very much like a dual energy to you. Again, you have that darker, mysterious side to you, but you also have that very, light and sweet and nurturing side to you as well. That a lot of people just don't, again, like, don't know how to take it. Some people may even view you as like bipolar or like multiple personalities. But regardless of that, you just kind of do you. Whatever people want to say or assume, you don't really give a shit. But people love that about you. That's so attractive to many people. Of, that I'm hearing chase, like it makes people want to chase you, or you know, chase you in a sense of like they wanting to know all these little nuances about you and know you even more. But a lot of people don't want to actually be genuine when they do approach you. What else, Spirit? Anything else? What makes them attractive? Group number one, the lovers. Again, more about decisions here. People feel drawn and attracted to you. People feel like, a lot of people feel like they're a part of your soul tribe, or they feel like y'all are soulmates or meant to, be friends or be lovers. You may have quite a bit of secret admirers around here as well. But I am picking up a lot of people feel almost entitled to your energy. Not them feeling entitled, but yeah, some people feel entitled to your energy, especially if this may come from like family or friends here, especially if you don't talk to your family much, or you're in no contact with certain people in your life. But yeah, a lot of people feel like entitled to, excuse me, my goodness, entitled to you, entitled to like the energy that you possess. Oh my goodness, excuse me. But yeah, a lot of what makes people feel drawn and attracted to you is you're untouchable and unreachable, or a lot of people perceive you in that way. You're kind of more so to yourself. You know, you talk to people, you may have a few friends, but for the most part, you may be very private and very, again, but just very much to yourself, very much like introverted, or not necessarily introverted, but again, just more private. You don't put all your cards out on the table for others to see. You're just kind of march to the beat of your own drum in a way. And people like that. People love how like unattainable you are and how mysterious you are and just the way that your mind works. A lot of people would love to like crack open your head and skull and take your brain out and just study it because they just don't get it. They just don't understand you. But it's not for them to understand. It's just for them to experience. And that's on period. But group number one, I think these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you in my next reading. Peace out. All right, group number two, for those of y'all who are drawn to the second image, this is going to be your reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on what makes you attractive. What do people like about you? So this is for group number two, Spirit Team. What makes group two attractive? What makes them attractive? People like when you wear certain colors. I'm picking up like earth tones may look really good on your skin. Like greens or yellows, white, beige, um, gold. But yeah, people like the certain colors that you may wear. A lot of a lot of colors that you may wear is very attractive to people, or people feel like it's very attractive on like your skin or your skin color. Maybe even some of you like the way that you dress. People love that about you as well. How you express yourself through your clothes or through like your accessories specifically here as well. You may know how to accessorize very well, or color match, if that makes sense. So you have the Hermit. If you have a social media presence, people love looking at your social media. The pictures that you post looks very, very good. If you use certain like filters, people like those as well. Or if you don't use any filters, people like that too. But people really like your pictures. I feel like you are people. A lot of people may feel that you're very photogenic. Some people may feel like you have a very nice smile here as well. See, group number one, I didn't pick up a whole lot of like physical things, but I am picking up a lot of physical attributes from this group. Like I feel like a lot of people are really attracted to you physically, which is contrary to the Hermit, which the Hermit is more closed off. Um, but I am picking up like physicality here. So you may have certain features that are very desirable by others. Picking up a nose, you may have a nice nose, a nice smile. If you grow facial hair, you have good facial hair. Even like your hair on your head, a lot of people like that. Maybe your haircuts look really nice. Or if you get like your hair done, I'm seeing a really nice like really cute. I'm seeing a wig. If you wear like wigs or weave, like a lot of people love that or love like the different styles that you do with it. But yeah, a lot of people are attracted to you physically. Let's get some more cards here. People like your voice. Page of Swords and the Hermit energy. People really like your voice, and people really love. You're not just a pretty face. You also are someone that comes with a lot of wisdom. People love how smart and intelligent you are, and how like just like the wisdom that you have when people like bring certain things to your attention or want your advice on certain things or they're asking for your insight on stuff. Like people love how they can come to you and you will give them the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You're very truthful, you're very honest with your words and with your insight on stuff. Some people may even view you as very blunt or very direct. Excuse me. Yeah, very, very direct here, but not in a malicious way, but in like people may be like, okay, don't go to group number two if you don't want to be told the truth. And your feelings may be hurt along the way, but group number two is definitely going to give you the whole truth. If you ask group number two, how do I look in this? Group number two, if you look a hot mess, group number two will tell you you look a hot mess. Like that's the energy I'm picking up from this group. Like you're very, very straight up, you're very straightforward, and people love that about you. Now, while there are people who like are very cautious of you because of that reason, for the most part, people really enjoy that about you. But yeah, like your people love your voice also. If you do like videos or make content, people are very attracted to your voice. You may have a very active throat chakra. You may even have the gift of gab, like the gift of influence, like influencing others. You may even make a great influencer or like a content creator, if not already. And if you are one, people really enjoy your content. Again, like you feel very insightful. Look, Ace of Swords, a lot of like sword air energy showing up here. Excuse me. But yeah, like people like are attracted to like the way that you speak. For some of you, you may have a unique accent or an accent that, excuse me, oh my gosh, an accent that people like. Maybe you're not from where you currently live, and the accent that you have, people really like it or people compliment you on it. Because I'm hearing like for example, if you are from the South, like Atlanta or some shit like that, and you have that very, if you're from Atlanta or you're from the deep South, you know a very country or even hood accent, but then you move up like to Utah or some shit, and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" Your accent like stands out. Um, yeah, it's just a lot of about you that stands out to people. You come off as very unique, even though you may even try to like hide yourself or not be as open with others. You may even like do certain things to even dodge conversations with people at times. People again just can't help to be attracted to you and how unique you are and how much you stand out to people. So again, for some of you, this could be like the clothes that you wear could be very unique. Something about the people around you, you're different from the people around you. Even like your own family, which is very different. Justice. So people like how fair you are. Again, like you're not a liar. You're somebody who's going to be straight up and very honest with others, whether it hurts their feelings or not. That's not your problem. You just feel called and urged to just be straight up with folks. I mean, I feel like that's very innate for you anyway. But again, it just feels very Yeah, it just feels like you're very, you feel like a very balanced individual with this justice energy. You could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius with this, a lot of this air energy, Virgo. I'm also picking up Aquarius. I think I already said that. um, yeah, but very, very wise. Again, like people are drawn and attracted to how wise you are and just how mature you are. That's super attractive to them. You may even draw and attract a lot of sapiosexuals, like people who, are turned on by people's minds or even mindset. You just have a very like go getter type of personality. Like you have this like mindset of like understanding life and understanding like the rules of life, understanding like the laws of the universe and just how things work. You know, some of you may not even be somebody who like read books a lot or have gone to college or have higher up degrees. Some of you may, but for many of you it's not even that. You're somebody who has a lot of life experience. You're somebody who has gone through a lot, who's experienced a lot, but instead of letting these things like cause you to become like a shitty person or like a people, how people go through certain things, they become bitter and sad and miserable, things of that sort. You haven't let that happen to you. And people really love that about you too. Like no matter the things that you're going through, instead of you being negative and pessimistic about it, you've decided to look at things from a different perspective and learn from it and grow from it, and you've turned a lot of those experiences into wisdom. And people feel very comfortable coming to you to ask you about certain things or get your insight on certain things because they know they can tell. Even if they don't know you like that, people can tell like, okay, this person's very wise, this person knows what they're talking about. Group number two is like the it person to go to when we need help understanding something. Some of you, even like at your job, if you may have like higher ups that may, you know, ask you questions to get your input on certain things, that can be very significant here too. I'm also picking up a lot of people want to learn from you too. You got the Eight of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. A lot of people want to learn from you, but a lot of people, they they may prefer to kind of talk more about you behind your back than actually, ask for your insight, or like, you know, how do I explain it? You know how some people are inspired by others, and instead of them using that inspiration to, drive their curiosity and talk, you know, get to know that person a little bit more and kind of pick their brains a little bit more. You may have people who instead they may prefer to, project their insecurities on you. And you know, that's them again being attracted to you or attracted to your energy, even though they're using it in a negative way. It's still there. That inspiration is still there. You inspire a lot of people, and again, people want to like learn from you. People want to like know like how did group number two get to where they are today? Like how are they so smart? How did they have so much wisdom? Even if you're somebody in your 20s or 30s, you haven't even lived half of your life yet. You still hold so much wisdom and knowledge, and people love talking to you and having conversations with you for the most part. Again, some people may just take that inspiration and just talk shit about you behind your back, while others who actually appreciate you will actually, talk to you, get your feedback on things, and things of that sort. But yeah, you have a lot of people who like are very intrigued by you and are you may even make like a good like life coach or a trainer, um, because you bring so much experience and like a different way of viewing things to people that they didn't see before. Yeah. So I feel like for sure, like, just the way that you express yourself, the way you kind of go about in the world, your wisdom, your knowledge, the way that you dress, the way that you kind of put things, your clothes together or certain accessories together, like your physical appearances, people are very attracted to you physically and mentally. But yeah, group number two, I think these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I'll see you in my next reading. Peace out. All right. Um, Last but not least, group number three. For those of y'all who are drawn to the third image, this is going to be your reading today. We're going to be getting a few messages on what makes you attractive. So this is for group number three, Spirit Team. What makes group number three attractive? I'm getting you have a very chill vibe to you. I'm hearing somebody being like, um, yeah, they're so chill. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Um, I feel like a lot of people. One thing I'm getting for you, group number three, you have a lot more admirers and people that actually like you than people who don't like you or enemies in your life. There's a lot of people out here who really admire you and really like you, your energy, your vibe, just the way that you kind of, uh, show up in the world. A lot of people love you, group number three, and you may even think that you may have a lot of like enemies or people who just hate you or don't like you, but in reality, it's the exact opposite. You have way more people out here who really, really like you than the people who don't like you. And all of us will always have haters in our life. That's part of being a bad bitch. We'll always have haters, but those haters, like those few haters, is nothing compared to how many people truly like appreciate you. Group number three, I'm hearing like a lot of people appreciate you. um I'm hearing like group three always pulls through, so you may come off as very reliable to others. um you may be a recovering people pleaser. But yeah, you're very reliable to people. You're very like trustworthy, and a lot of people love that about you. You have an earthy energy to you. What is it? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But yeah, very earthy energy to you. You can be like an earth angel. But I feel like, your actions and your reactions, the way that you kind of, just kind of show up in the world as your authentic self is what truly make people fall in love with you. You're just an overall like down to earth person. You're very down to earth. People love that about you. People love that they can like really trust your word. They can trust your opinion. They feel like they can um, um, shit, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, just a lot of people feel like they can, that your energy just feels very good to them. What makes group number three attractive? Ooh, you have a very youthful vibe to you with this Page of Cups energy. Yeah, very youthful energy to you. Like no matter your age, you're very, very youthful. Now, some people may even look at it as a little bit immature, but it's not that you're immature. I feel like with this Page of Cups energy, you're somebody who's very in touch with their inner child, and you don't let other people diminish that for you. You know, even if you're working a corporate job, you know, you're still going to find time to be playful. You're still going to find time to, you know, crack jokes and you know, and bring in an atmosphere of fun. You know, you're somebody who like, you know, work shouldn't have to feel like work. Work should also be fun. Like we should enjoy coming to work. So, you know, like what can I do to help, you know, foster a environment to where we all feel comfortable, you know, being ourselves or comfortable, you know, just kind of letting our inner child out. And I feel like you inspire other people to do the same. Like you live in your authenticity, you live in a very youthful energy, and you inspire other people to live that way also. Especially like older people, like people who are like in older generations, who may come from generations of like, oh, you gotta present yourself this way or that way. You gotta look like this. You gotta do that. You gotta talk like this. And it's almost like you challenge the status quo. You challenge the way people like view stuff like professionalism or you know what it means to be a leader or you know things of that sort to where society has this very traditional way of you know viewing these things. You kind of you challenge that, you go against the status quo, and people love that about you. You know, even some people may be a little irritated at that, but that's because you are creating change, and change can be uncomfortable. You know, you're doing things differently than how others are doing it. And again, like the people who are used to the old way of doing stuff will be triggered by that. You know, that's what happens. You know, people are going to be triggered, but that triggering is not a bad thing. That triggering, if they will listen to their intuition and to their body, that triggering is like, hey, maybe the way that we've been doing things isn't the best, or it isn't always right, or it may not be of, you know, our highest good. We may just be doing it because we were told to do it, but do we actually want to do this? And I feel like you cause people to kind of rethink life or rethink the way that they're like, you know, expressing themselves or going about life or even perceiving life in general. Again, like you have a very like challenging the status quo type of energy. Very again, very youthful energy and vibe to you. Like people really enjoy being around you. You may even be a good time when it comes to like going out, maybe going to clubs or parties or a bar. Like, you know, even if you're going to an art museum, you know, you still find a way to make it fun. You bring a lot of like creative energy into people's lives as well. Especially if this is your job, you offer a very creative, out of the box way of, or out of the box like ideas, or yeah, just very different. You're just a very different individual, and people love that about you. You're somebody who has a lot of I'm hearing tricks up your sleeve. So I'm drawn to like the fish coming out of the cup because like who expects a fish to just be out there chilling in a cup? So you come with a lot of surprises. People are very surprised at how much you're able to kind of not necessarily change. You don't change. You're able to just show different layers and aspects of you and your personality, and that really intrigues people because they don't expect certain things out of you. Yeah, a lot of people don't expect certain things that kind of come out your mouth or like certain things that you may do. It just may throw a lot of people off, but people like it. People enjoy that. People find you like entertaining. be careful with that because some people may use that to take advantage of you, or you may be like, I'm hearing like class clown, or like people may like make fun of you a little bit behind your back. And it's not that you really give a shit, because I feel like you don't, because you're just going to continue to be yourself no matter what. But again, and just kind of putting it on your radar, you may have people who like make fun of you behind your back, or certain things that you may say or do, they may like, yeah, they just make poke fun at it. But the funny thing about it, they may poke fun at it, but then they'll do it. They may make fun of something that you may wear, but then the next week they're showing up in the same outfit. It's that type of energy. So where people may talk shit, but regardless of that, you still inspire people, and that's on period. So Page of Swords, people enjoy. Again, it's kind of like that gossip energy. You may have quite a people who gossip about you, but not. It doesn't necessarily feel negative or bad. It just feels more of like wow, did you see what group number three was wearing yesterday? Like, how did they pull that off? Like if I was to do it, I would look a hot mess. But group number three, like, wow, they actually look pretty good in it. It's that type of energy to where it's like you, again, like you really intrigue people and you really spark change in others to like try different things or show up in different ways. And it's like you don't even know it. You got Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so you aren't even aware of these things that's being said or done behind your back. You know, but you may catch on to it a little bit when people kind of show up wearing something very similar to what you were wearing, or saying things that you usually say that you have not heard that person ever say before. But again, like Page of Swords energy is like emerging. I can also represent like emerging ideas. So one thing that people find very attractive about you is that you spark ideas in people. You may even be some people's muses. Somebody could be thinking like, how can I reinvent myself? And then you kind of show up. Even if it's at a grocery store or something, you just kind of show up as your authentic self, and people are like, "Oh wow, well I really like the shoes that this person is wearing, so maybe I should get shoes like that." Or I really like, the way this person, walks. I like their swag. Do people still say swag anymore? I don't know, but I like this person's swag. Maybe I should kind of walk like this a little bit. Let me sway side to side like that. Let me move my shoulders a little bit more. You spark these new ideas in people of how they can, transform their life or do things differently. And again, like that's very, very attractive to people. It's like your authenticity itself is just very attractive. Yeah, your authenticity is top tier. And speaking of authenticity, you got the Empress that came out. So you may have your energy is just very attractive and alluring. You have a very, I feel like you're very in touch with your divine feminine energies here, and that goes in alignment with creativity with this Page of Cups energy. So you have a very creative vibe and creative energy to you. People are really drawn and attracted to how creative you are and how you are able to kind of think outside the box. Eight of Wands is again very like mental energy here. So kind of very similar to group number two is like the way that you think about things or the way that you view the world, or the way that you create stuff. Like even if, like, let's say you're a photographer, like the angles that you choose to take pictures with, or even like the people you're taking pictures of, you may be like, hey, face this way and I'm gonna take the picture in this angle, and the picture comes out looking so good. It's that type of energy to where you just have you just kind of try things. You don't always know why or how. You just kind of try things, and again, people love that. you're just able to kind of think outside the box here. Yeah, your mind is very interesting. Something about being fast paced. You may have a very fast paced energy, and people may really like that about you. But yeah, people are very attracted to you. Again, very youthful energy, very beautiful and attractive and magnetizing and alluring energy here. Divine feminine energy, again, for sure, is that creativity, that um, receptiveness. Like you're very good at like receiving things, especially when it comes to like feedback or like criticism. People know that they can like, you know, confront you on certain things or talk to you about certain things, and you're not going to deflect it or be like, oh, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Like people know that you'll take responsibility for certain things too. Ooh. Yeah, something about the way that your mind works. People love the way that your mind works. Just how you kind of show up in the world. But yeah, group number 3, I think these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you in my next reading. Peace out.